it happened. I was watching from the very beginning all the way to the end, and I couldn't find a suitable music. I was thinking about just going live without any music like last time, but you know what? I think it's worth kind of revisiting and thinking about Ame, sending her off for now with a BGM that represents her pretty much. Yeah, this will do. So, how are you guys doing? Scuffed just like her debut stream, wasn't it? And that is the quintessential Ame way. I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. By the way, thank you for the membership. Great, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And thank you all so much for dedicating your precious time visiting me after this important moment. You know, like I said, I usually would like to go live on stream for lighthearted things, but as a person who have been enjoying English, hololive English for a long time, and also as an avid fan of Myth, I feel it is justified for me to go live again and talk with you about some things of Watson Amelia. And I think just like how we did last time, I do sincerely believe that it is better together. You know, I mean, we are gonna have to go through this, whether we like it or not, of moving on, right? We have to move on, basically. But if we are going to move on, I think it's worth doing it not alone, but with as many people as possible. Thank you all so much for the super chat and the membership. I really sincerely appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you have a spare change lying around, do continue donating to Ame's charity, the ocean cleanup initiative that she did yesterday. I believe it is still open. So, you know, I would love to see you dedicate the funds towards that. But I still appreciate you for supporting me too. Yeah, she broke. I mean, I gotta say, everyone broke her initial goal, like nothing, right? Like nothing. We blasted through the 69k like it was nothing. It was very funny, actually, very funny. Well, so here's what we're gonna do. It's going to be, you know, it is sad times, but I would like to kind of recoup myself and kind of explain what has been going on with Ame in a nutshell. For those of you that are just walking in, or for those of you that's not too familiar with this whole scene. Yeah. So Watson Amelia Watson, also known as Ame, is the first generation member of hololive English called hololive Myth. Now I'll give you a number. 1479. What does that mean? Do you guys know what that means? 1479. What does that mean? Can anyone guess? I think we can start with that number first. Yeah, it's been 1479 days since her debut. That's how long it's been, guys. Can you believe it? It's not in few hundreds. 1,479 days since her debut. Not long enough. We can agree on that, yes. But that's a long time, isn't it? So she debuted on September 13th, 2020, from what I believe. And it's been 4 years. 4 years. And Amelia Watson Amelia, we'll refer to her as Ame, as we love to. She has been one of the pioneering members of hololive's international initiative, right? And I really believe, I think we can all agree that that's when hololive has gained true traction to reach globally and has grown to where it is today. And we cannot speak about hololive's growth without Ian, and we cannot talk about where hololive is now without Ame. That's what I'm gonna say. And 2020, if you remember, was a tough time for all of us because of the pandemic, and particularly so for Ian, because the team was very small, including the supporting staff, right? Because they were just starting out with the international efforts, and it's not easy to collaborate when you just simply can't travel, right? So everyone was just at home. All the members were at their own homes trying to get this thing worked out, and 3D debut was getting pushed and delayed because of the pandemic, for obvious reasons, because they can't travel to Japan at the time. But Ame really set the basis for Ian's collaboration efforts, as well as all the crazy and fun ideas that they could explore. And it's basically like, all right, we can't go to Japan for this, right? So I'll figure it out myself. I think that was the mentality, if I look at it now. And that really, really grabbed attention of so many fans, including a lot of you in chat today, I think, and including myself too. So I'm sure many of you watched hololive for the first time during those stages, right? I think it's worth mentioning that Ame really had pioneered and basically brute forced her way into bringing the team together and just moving forward despite the challenges and the hardships. So that's who she is. And she came up with a lot of fun ideas for VTubing in general. She's well known with her tech, very tech savvy, despite some scuffs. but it's she's just not afraid to do that. So if you don't know who Ame was, if you didn't know who Ame was, now you kind of have a good idea. And one thing that we have to really dial in is the fact that this is not a graduation. What graduation means in the VTuber realm is that they're ceasing activity as that said VTuber persona forever, right? But Ame isn't graduating. Let's call it she is affiliated with Cover for the time being, and she will appear as Ame herself in different corners of hololive going forward, here and there, right? Even though she may not be streaming, at least for the time being, at least for now, she did say that she will be in some projects, maybe even some collabs, but she's Ame as Ame, it's still going to be with us. I think that's a very important information that we have to keep in mind. It's something that distinguishes, differentiates herself from a typical graduation. And I'm glad that she's exploring that route. And it does take away the pain quite a lot, to be honest, at least for me, rather than saying this is a permanent goodbye, right? And she's reselling her, out of all things that they could do, she is, if you feel lonely and if you need Ame in your life, you can buy her body pillow. You can put in the order right now. So that is that. When she announced that, I didn't know what to think. But at least we have Ame body pillow, 2024 edition. If that makes you feel better. So that is that. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious, to be honest. So here's what we're gonna do today. Having talked about where she started and where we are now, how about we whip out this whiteboard and kind of talk about some themes we can discuss during this stream that relates to Boston Amelia, right? I think that'll be nice. Just simple questions. And although there are a lot of you joining in chat right now, which means I won't be able to read like all of your chat, I still will do my best to go through what you have to say, right? Before the question though, let me, this board kind of looks lonely, so how about I kind of have some art here. I'm looking at Ame art that I'll copy. How about that? Lovely music though, isn't it? This suddenly became an art stream, just a second. I'm really copying line per line. That's cute. There we go. How was that, guys? How was that? That's nice. How would you rate it? Does it look good? I think this is iconic at this point. You see this, and you scream Ame. Automatic. You know, one of my biggest regrets in this whole life journey? The fact that I could not see the real small anime at the events. For some reason, I always missed it. I was at 4th Fest, I was at 5th Fest. I just always missed looking at small anime. So that's one of my biggest regrets. And I really, really hope that they still bring out small anime for the future events. Oh yeah, I guess this may be the closest I'll get to looking at her. Here's my screenshot feed for the art. Right here. Cute. Alright, so this wasn't the main point. I got carried away. But how about this? So we know that looking back at anime, we can kind of look back at ourselves, right? So September 13th, 2020, right? Where were you? That's the question. And I have a few questions like this. And maybe I can even get some ideas from you going forward. But yeah. Where were you? Where were you during that time? That was 4 years ago, guys. So I assume a lot has changed for you too. In my room for sure. Okay, I mean, a bit more specific than that. Zoom class. Oh god, yeah, we were all in Zoom in some way, shape, or form, right? Zoom, Teams, Google Meets, or I forgot the Google one, what it's called, but Zoom was a big deal. Finland. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we were all at home, right? Online classes, that's a big, big part of that life. Can you believe that there was a time when all of us, doesn't matter what country you're from, but all of us were at one point just stuck at home and all online simultaneously? Can you believe that? I feel like I still can't quite grasp that that was a reality at one point in all of our lives. If we think about it, if we think about it, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it was really hard to, I think for all of us, it was really hard to adjust to a new way of life for such a long time. It's really funny, like, this was when I was back in the US, still studying, and I would take my car out, my old 1996 Volvo wagon with a manual, out on the streets, and it was just empty. Like a movie. Empty. On a supposedly busy weekday, it was empty. I was just driving on the street. Just me and my wagon, right? And there was nothing. And I guess one of the reasons why I started watching hololive clips was because, like many of you, we were stuck at home, kind of without things to do, right? And I remember back in 2020 when I was also stuck at home, and I talked about this before too, but I started getting these recommendations about VTuber clips. And this was a time when I guess knew the concept of VTubing, but wasn't really aware of what it truly was. And that's when I started to get clips about hololive, mainly JP members, because we're talking about like before Ian's debut, right? And I assume that's kind of similar for a lot of you in chat right now, right? That's what I'm reading too. One of the yeah, Miko's GTA clips, yes, it's Fubuki clips. That's those are very popular. What else did you guys watch? What else did you guys watch on before? I guess before September 13th in this case. Coco was the big one. Fubuki Scatman, Fubuki Aqua. This was a time when clips and clippers started to really rise in popularity. Coco was a huge part too. Pikami, that's a huge one too. Yeah. Other VTubers were also rising in popularity. Suisei, Pekora, Pekomiko, also big. Korone. My Korone clip was, you know, her playing Mario Kart and going Mercedes-Benz, right? Her just screaming out, shouting random so-called English words, right? And that was one of the first for me. That was a very fun one. Yeah. I'm a BMW, yeah. And also that's when I started watching, getting recommendations about Two Snacks animation too, with Poruka's Potato PC one, and also Korone's stuff too. Those are big. But I wasn't there for the debut though, for English. At the time, I don't remember myself like actually catching their debut. I think I was still a very, very casual enjoyer. I don't know how it was for you guys. Were you guys still kind of like getting comfortable slowly into this hololive thing, but didn't really have an idea of what it was? Because when I watched Two Snacks animation about Poruka, I didn't even know Poruka. I was very confused. I was very, very confused on what the hell is going on with this thing. What is this? what are these things? What's beef PC? Like those kind of things, right? Yeah. So I think I was aware, I guess, that, you know, Ian was rising in popularity, but I don't think I was like specifically there for their debut though. I would like to ask this in chat. Who, out of all the people in chat right now, who were actually there on September 13th of 2020 when Ian was debuting? Hands up if you are one of those proud people. Wow, a lot of you, huh? That's crazy. Is that many of you? Oh, that is insane. You should be very proud of yourselves. I mean, also casual enjoyers, you know, nothing wrong with us, right? But the fact that you guys were there from day one, like, that's huge respect. Because again, at that time I was just like, oh, this is fun, but I don't know what's going on. But wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Watched all the Ian debuts. Yeah, like I said, you guys should be proud of yourselves. Seriously, seriously. And on that day, September 13th, 2020, for those of you that were there for the debut, what was on your mind? What were you like thinking about the debut or like English? Just be honest, okay? Like, what did you think was Ian was going to be like? What was your impression at the time and when you were watching the debut? What did you think of it? I'm actually genuinely curious. And when you saw Ame for the first time, what were you like having opinions? What were your opinions basically? Very silly, wasn't sure, skeptical. Why is this so popular? Was excited and hyped. Gimmicky. Oh, that's actually a good word. Yeah, good word. Because at the early stages of VTuber like era, I think people are thinking like, what's the difference between this and streamers? It's just gimmicks, right? Just confusing. Had fun. I liked her a lot because she was different. Interesting. How different? What was a standing out feature of Ame? How does she have hiccups all the time? Why you gotta do her like that? Even after this, you have to do her like that. Why were these hiccups? I liked her scuffed streams. Interesting. I'm British. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. I have watched her debut stream like afterwards. Like her trying to act like British. But I don't know where that idea came from. Do you think, has she ever mentioned like whose idea it was for her to try to act British? That didn't go long, did it? Yeah. God, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, the accent. I mean, kudos for trying, but yeah. Oh, someone told her to put on an accent. Well, I guess her like the theme was detective, and the whole, I guess, outfit and all that kind of screamed the classic English detective vibe. I think that's what they were trying to go for, but the British accent was again, kudos for trying, but it didn't go for long. Oh my god. Had no opinions at the time. hololive was still new, but an interesting VTuber group. Yeah, I mean, especially for the, I guess it was already gaining a lot of traction for the Japanese audience in Japan, but for a lot of us, right, internationally, it was like, huh, interesting, right? But what is this? I think that was, gosh, can you guys imagine the pressure? Like, imagine you being Ame, right, on this day. September 13th, 2020. Like, imagine you being this very person on that day. The fact that there was nothing quite like this at the time, right? I mean, VTubing was a thing, obviously, but a dedicated English group was still very new. And you and your 4 more friends had to kind of just go and go live and try to spin this thing, not really knowing what's going to happen. I like that. I don't know if I can do that. Winged it, I think, is a very good word. I think for a lot of things that they had to do, they probably did have to wing it. And I think that's where Ame came in clutch for a lot of cases. Had to wing it, but professionally. You know what I mean? There is a difference between a sloppy wing it and professional wing it. And I think Ame was definitely gunning towards the professional wing it. Because it worked in the end. And it didn't just work, but it built the foundation for them to climb higher and higher. And that's why we're here, right? Professional ground pound, exactly. Literally, she set the ground. She pounded, made a solid ground by pounding it hard. Like, I mean, you know. And then that's how it became what we know of English and VTubing today. Yeah. Adaptable. And I think the kind of like the homebrew vibe really worked in their favor, because at the end of the day, like we were talking about, on this day and forward, we were all stuck at home, right? And we just wanted some good entertainment and maybe some company, even if it's digital, online. And that kind of like close to home, really scuff, kind of wing it, we'll do it as we go kind of atmosphere felt friendly, I think. I think that's what really made it in the end. And it worked at the time, for sure. So, yeah. I think a lot of things that we know and enjoy now in terms of the polish of VTubing with the technology and how things are done, in what order, and how a person debuts, and yada yada yada. A lot of those were still non-existent back then. And the fact that they, including Ame, had to build as they went. Now, because remember this, they only had, what, 3 staff members at the time? That's not enough, right? I mean, in today's standards, with how big they are, how big of a company it is, like, looking back, like that's crazy. So all these members had to be managers and staff for themselves, which is why it's very respectable. And Ame was definitely a huge part because of her just sorting things out and problem solving. In that regards, she is a true detective. Really, just again, gunning for it. Yeah, the chibi 3D stuff was absolutely wild. So I guess, other than people who watched them since debut, for the rest of you guys, how did you first learn about English? And anime, and more specifically, when did you first learn about anime? How did you first learn about anime? Because I think I have a pretty good idea of when I first learned about her. Reddit, clips, announcement from hololive. Trash Taste, interesting. Did they talk about Ame or Ian in Trash Taste, or are you talking about like the interview with Callie? I think you guys are talking about the Callie interview, right? Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, since I have the whiteboard here, why not use it, right? Thank you for reminding me. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I came prepared. Oh, okay, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's not spray things. There we go. That made it worse. How did you learn about Ame and Ian? How about that? There we go. Yeah, the ink is quite crazy. Gotta be honest, I saw a Corona clip, but it wasn't until I saw Gura play Henry Stickmin that I got hooked. Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, so specifically Ame, and if we expand it a little bit, English. I think that's what I'm going for. A blonde, cute blonde girl playing Mario games? Discovered myth because my younger brother was watching a clip of Kiara, and she was talking in German. A German talking anime girl was new to me. That is still quite rare, even today, right? Silly Shark said a certain vowel. We all know what that is. With an echo, right? Ground pound clips, certainly. VTuber clips put me on the algorithm, I guess, that their debut streams were pushed to me. She felt the most down to earth somehow. I agree with that. It was the the gremlin noises and the I dare not replicate it, but it was a something like that. Was that close enough? But again, that's a god tier of a noise. I cannot do it. Trash Taste, Callie interview when she recommended Ame to Connor. Oh yeah. I remember that part. I did watch it, not live or when it released, but quite a long time after. But I do remember that. Callie was like, I think you would enjoy Ame to Connor. Yeah. Good job, Vicky. Thank you. I tried my best with the Reese. My first was Callie, caught my attention with her RIP, the song, yes, Rest in Peace song, and Live Again original song from me. So a lot of people, I talked to several fans, and many people, without knowing what VTubing is, they got in to know Callie with her music. I thought that was very, very interesting, because like I've been told multiple times when I'm meeting fans and talking to them that they just didn't know what VTubing was, but the music was so fire that that's what they got to get hooked, right? I heard that multiple times already. Your mom jokes from Ame? Yes. I know people that only know her for her music. And at the end of the day, she is a musician, right? So I think that's a very, very common example. I like that Ame played Apex. There was a time for that. Yeah, I think one of the clips that I watched for the first time of Ame was her rage quitting the games, or bashing her desk out of just very pure anger, gamer anger, right? That was one of the things I think specifically in Korea. Those clips of Ame was getting very popular, right? Because you don't really need to understand the language to know that this person is rage quitting a game, right? In a very amusing manner too. A cute blonde girl making crazy out of the world noises, absolutely destroying her desk as she throws her mouse away into oblivion. You don't need to understand English for that, right? I think that's how many international fans, including like the Korean market, got to know Ame. Oh yes, and her New Year message. Her favorite, popular New Year message. Make money, get bitches. The way she put it was just so very blessed type of aura, right? Like it's just so pure yet so, I don't know, just so down to earth, I guess. That was legendary. Make money, get bitches. Thank you. So I'm like, I'm sold. I'm sold. Yes. I don't know who you are, but I like you. Divine is the word I'm trying to find. Divine. It was very divine. That was very funny. It was very funny. And her collabing with other VTubers, certainly. Yeah, but I think at least during her early times, her like the gamer side really came across as genuine because she was genuinely angry. But it felt very close to home because of that for a lot of people, right? On top of her creativity with the technology and the streams and all that, for sure. But yeah, exquisite, yes. Kev says, after finding Ina and Callie, I found out about hololive as a whole. Yeah, I think many people got in many different ways. I think for me, again, her rage quit moments were one of the first clips that I watched. And then I got to really get into Myth through their first anniversary stream. When they did their 3D collaboration with their small selves. Like, that's when I really got in. And the reason why is that when I watched their first year anniversary stream, I still wasn't entirely sure about what hololive and VTubing was, but it was the first time for me when I genuinely felt the urge to look into them. Mainly because I could sense how sincere they were towards each other, and to get to that point, to get to that first year mark. Just watching that stream allowed me to really know that, wow, they were really serious and were going through a lot of hardships trying to get to that first year mark. I mean, now we're sitting here past 4-year mark and just talking about this, but back then, for them to just get past the 1-year mark was a big deal, right? It was a big deal. And it was still a time when they couldn't get a 3D model. It was still a time when they couldn't really see each other. You know how, if you haven't watched it, I really recommend you to go back and watch the VOD of that stream. But they really couldn't see each other, so much so that Ina was, just crying out loud, saying like she wished she could like hug them in real life, right? It's when I saw that, I was like, damn. And I was also, on top of the emotional aspect, I was also impressed by how everything was set up with all the stages, all the studio environments, and their models. It was just genuinely cute to watch, right? So that's when I really got into it. 2021. I was like, okay, I'm interested. I suddenly feel interested. And then the following year, 2022, Korea had its very first hololive event with Myth, and I visited and made a video out of it, and that's how I started. And that's where I got these merch. I'm pretty sure many of you probably have never seen this before, but I tell you, this is official merch. So the very first set of hololive merch that I got ever in my life was Myth related stuff. And it's actually double-sided. Did you know? No. These are the stuff that you get if you spend, you know, the usual spend a certain amount of money and you get this type of deal, right? And our detective self. I'm not bidding here, okay? Stop, don't start bidding in chat. I was like, how about 150? What do you mean 150? What do you mean 150? That's not what I'm trying to do, okay? No, not 160. Don't go with it. No. No. 161. Oh, a dollar over? Really? 200. 301 penny. Oh yeah. 669. Even has the Myth logo on the back. Does that pique your interest even further? And we also have the I showed this last stream, but the jazz jack version of acrylic pedal. Isn't that cute? With even Boba suited for the occasion. Do you see that? Yes. This is cute. Sorry, that was my stomach. I'm hungry. And it even has a base too. Like this. Yep. So that's that. And also, what do you think this is? Actually a portable battery, which I actually do use for all my video shooting. It's a portable battery bank. Yep. So going back to the topic of when did I learn about Ame, first the clips, and then their 1 year anniversary, the 1 year anniversary stream, then the offline events. So those are the specific order that I went through to really get into hololive English as a whole, right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff that you've never seen before, probably. So that's that. Alright, so the next question is, since this is about remembering Ame, right? I'd like to keep on talking about Ame. Oh god, this isn't the best eraser in the world. It's getting smudged. That's okay, we have small Ame here. What is the thing that makes Ame best for you? What is she good at? What do you like her? What do you like about her the most? What's her charming point? The hiccups? Certainly. The rees? Yes. The big chunga-san? The tech assist? The Ame way? The creativity? Armando? Armando? Ah, man, I wish that came into like a plushie form too. Yeah. Cute at everything. Creativity is definitely a big thing. Her way of planning and directing also. Innovation. Stubbornness. That's a good one too. Quick-witted. Very snappy. Destroying tables. Memes. Buffson. Buffson is also a very legendary moment. Love the way she talks. Her character. Diamond. Her genuine nature. Inspiring. Ame Wei is inspiring. VR chat events, still my favorite. Yeah, the fact that she's still like really invested into the VR chat like, you know, area. Even with her latest aquarium map. The Pearl. Ame-same moments. I agree with that too. Where she talks about things. Singing. Her voice acting was actually good. I think her like calm manner definitely does sell a lot of moments. Gremlin voice. Pioneering. Oh, the way she shut her viewers when they were backseating too much for Outer Wild. I guess so. You know, creativity definitely. Creativity is definitely the first that comes to our minds, right? But I think when she has something to say, she says it. I think that's a huge part of her too. That we really like about her, right? Like, she won't hold back when she has to say it. She'll just say it, right? Fixing streaming problems for other members. Coming in clutch. Simply put, right? Kept us in line. Definitely. She'll bonk you. Seriously. I mean, I know Ina is the one who has the crowbar. But Ame will just absolutely destroy you. Flatten you down. With her bare fist. And pounding. Okay? No questions asked. She will do it. And she has done it. So you better be afraid. The childhood stories. When I was young, when she starts a sentence with "when I was young," then all of a sudden PTSD. Warning siren in our heads. Okay, what is she gonna talk about? What's the story? What traumatizing childhood stories does she have to share this time? We're on edge. Okay. And you're still sane after those happenings? Okay, yeah, man. That, yeah. When I was a kid, when I was a child, when I was young, her love of animals. I also enjoy barking in the background. That's always an enjoyable moment. Blaming her loss on the ping. Yes, just blaming the ping. Corvus Fall says, remember her class chess match with Kiara that gave me PTSD for real. So she, I guess, different genres of gaming, right? She's very... Didn't she put like 2,000 hours in CSGO, Counter-Strike? Didn't she put over 2,000 hours? So she's a massive FPS gamer. Although, don't ever tell her that Valorant is better than CSGO. Then she'll really get to you, okay? You look out the window one day, and she'll be standing there. And then you turn around and look back out, she won't be there anymore. Because she's behind you. And you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. I love how Mume purposefully just, you know, says she never played Valorant, by the way. If you ever watch Mume's clips of saying like, yeah, but Valorant's better, she never played Valorant. She's just doing that just to annoy Ame. And the noises that Ame makes is just absolutely funny as hell. And I think one of the best things about Ame is the noises. Like, how does she make those kind of noises? It's just, how is it humanly possible? It's not really a voice kind of noise. It's like she's freaking ketchup bottle. Her noise is getting squeezed out of her. That's the way I want to put it. Oh man, we can't even spell it out on how she sounds, right? Oh. Oh right, Miko. I remember that clip. Miko like rubbing her face into Ame because she loves anyone blonde. Oh man. I guess that's also one of the good things about Ame too. Her charm and cuteness, kawaiiness. Say Ame. That's a good color. Yeah, that's an instant classic. I would love to see live reaction of Ame watching that clip. Live Ame reaction. Oh man. Remember when Hachama found out? Hachama still scares me. She's at the other end of the scale when it comes to traumatizing. It's funny how JP Senpai's view her compared to her actual personality. Yeah, I mean, but if you look at like Ame when interacting with like JP members or like other members outside of English, I guess she is more on the shy side, right? Or more of a like subdued, like calm type of manner. So I guess from like JP members' perspective, that comes out across as very like cute, like shy but cute type of deal. So yeah, say so. Yeah, there we go. Say so. Say so. So I think that still makes sense. The duality. I think that's also a great thing about Ame too. The maybe not even duality, but you know, just how she can be different at times. Yeah. I think that's also very memorable too. But compared to how she started out, I think she has gotten so much like she's gotten like really good, right? Interacting with other people. Not that she was like bad or anything, but I think she definitely like broke her mold in that regards. Coming towards like recent times, so it's also like that too. Immense personal growth. Yeah, I mean, 4 years of doing this non-stop, I think we'll do that to everyone. And I guess another best thing that I can think of is the fact that she has been chugging along for 4 years, right? I mean, of course, you know, there will be an argument saying that, you know, she, you know, hasn't been streaming for some time in between or things like that. But I guess things like this with content creation, it's not always just about having your face online. There are so many behind the scenes stuff going on, you know, happening as you deal with like real life stuff too, right? So the fact that she was able to, I mean, the fact that Myth as a whole weren't expecting to run for this long, I think is a very proof that they have some, like, you know, some grunt, right? And while moving a few times in between, definitely. Oh yeah, she had voice packs too. yeah, just moving and like doing streams and trying to sort out tech issues or challenges, trying new ideas, having to deal with like real life stuff like anyone has to do. But it's crazy. It's crazy when we think about it. It's easy to take it for granted, but I think it's worth thinking about those things, at least from time to time, on what goes into making all these things possible. And not just Ame, but all her members as well as all the staff and all that too. So yeah. Yeah, and there are probably many unsatisfactory moments or roadblocks on trying to do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, you are part of a pretty big entity, right? Not just it's not just like a little store in the corner of a town. We are talking of a corporation. So I know many of you in chat has work experiences, right? Like, when's the last time when everything went absolutely smoothly? Not that many. It's not always fast too. And it's not that corporations are just bad. We're not trying to say that. It's just that that's just how it is when you have so many people involved, right? There are meetings to hold. There are discussions to be held. There are setbacks. There are back and forths. And there are just so many different things, like maybe you have to like have a license to do something, or you're not allowed to do something in certain countries or certain areas, or you can't play this specific song, you can't play this specific game. There's a setback in commissioning something, or of course these can be excuses, right? I mean, not that we all have to be concerned about them as a fan, because at the end of the day, we're here to be entertained, and it's not our job to like just give anyone slack for this. But I think it's still worth understanding that at least that things like that are going on, right? So, and you're right, and the fact that everyone lives so like apart from each other. I think one thing that JP members have upper hand is the fact that a lot of them live close to each other, and it's not just about collabing often, right? For streams, it's also just having company, because when you look at it, like the reason why Ame and the rest of the Myth members are like so tightly knit is because, especially when they were starting, there were nobody else to really talk about these things, right? I mean, who would you go and talk about the challenges of becoming a leading group for international VTubing? You don't just call up a counselor. you don't just go up to your parents and talk about these things. So like at the end of the day, you really just have each other, right? And I think in that regards, even though JP members go through the same kind of struggles, they can at least just like really meet up and talk about these things, right? Or say, we got you. And it really does make a difference, those kind of interactions. And I think, especially combined with the pandemic era, that's something really hard to do for the English side of things. So maybe that's something that they'll have to figure out better going forward. Well, yeah. And maybe that's why it's worth just moving to Japan for a lot of people, like Bei has done. I mean, she can speak the language, that also definitely helps, but yeah. I mean, moving to another country is definitely not easy. It's a crazy effort, but yeah, I mean, that's just another proof that they probably had it really hard, and Ame had it really hard going forward. Yeah, and Zeta did too, right? And probably for those kind of reasons. I mean, if the company that you're working for is in that country, it's probably it'll probably help you out in a positive way to move to at least get closer to that for many things going forward. I'm not that all the rest of the members will have a harder time. They have things figured out on their own ways, in their own ways. Well, it's just something to think about, and why we give so much more credit to Ame, especially during the early days, trying to problem solve, trying to make things happen, trying to come up with stream ideas. Because again, if you worked in a company environment, chances are people are trying to be conservative, right? It's very hard to be outgoing. So for members trying to fight things to happen, especially for Ame to have things happen, it's probably a lot of battle. And again, this is not because whole life is bad or corporations are bad. It's just the nature of how things are done in human society, right? When you're part of a big group. So yeah. And I think it's something that Cover and hololive will definitely try to evolve going forward, especially internationally. So I'm just glad that they are trying different things and just making things happen. Yeah. Now the next question that I wanted to ask was, this is a bit of just a little fun one. And to be honest, I don't know everything about this topic. I don't think there aren't many people that knows everything about this particular topic that I'm gonna ask right now. What's your best Ame persona? Or the other Ame timeline? Or... you know what I mean, right? The B, the small Ame. The B is definitely a fan favorite. Armando is, again, I wish there was a merch for that. It is a tough one. It is a tough one. Number 70. 1337. Buffson, my favorite. I think I like this, just a typical small Ame, like here, and Buffson. The Armando clip of him going, or rather say Armando, what's the clip? It was a karaoke clip, right? Like, dun 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 dun, ah! just freezes and just dies. I love that clip. Oh yeah, Sea Urchin Ame is a newly added one. The Sea Urchin one, that should be made into a plushie too. The Sea Urchin one. Oh, the IRL small Ame, that's a different one, right? Technically, that's a different one to just the small Ame. The in real life small Ame is a different one. No. Gosh, when Crony was just holding on to Sea Urchin Ame, just looking at it. Oh man, that was hard to watch. I'm gonna be honest, that was hard to watch. Then Crony kind of hesitant to just leave the aquarium, and she had to come back down and tell her about how she feels, and that was that. The low poly Ame, I don't think I remember that one. I'll have to look into it. My Pearl Ame. The Enrico Ame is also gold too. What is your name? And GG's. Or the Gonathan's heart just sank. Yeah. Gosh, I really wish Ame joins back for the second season, you know? I really hope so. I really hope we can see the Pearl Ame again for second season. Really, really sincerely hope. I know, it's, again, like I mentioned last time, copium level. So this is copium, okay? Right? This is copium. The copium level is through the roof. Just like that. It went there, okay? That's just how it is, okay? And it's still going. So do understand that that's what's happening. Max indeed. Yeah, at least having her around. I mean, I think at this point we're sure that Ame is not going to be streaming in any type of persona, right? But at least for her to join and be a part of it, even for a day or two, would be amazing. Would be amazing. But you know, I don't know. But yeah, my personal favorite is the small Ame, the default Ame, and Buffson. Buffson, when I look at Buffson, gives me courage. I don't know why, but just Buffson just gives me courage just by looking at her. That's why it's my favorite. Body goals, yeah. I mean, I'll never be like that buff, but at least in one point of my life, I would love to have some muscle. Because I mean, if you look at me, I'm not a buff guy. My family, there's nobody buff in my family. We're not a type of people where we gain muscle easily. Okay? And look at my wrist, like how thin it is, and just look at my arm. It's pretty crazy. I do have a big head though. Means bigger brain. Means smarter, right? So I guess that's a win. Yeah. Oh, the host club stream. Oh my dang. That brings me back so many memories. The host club stream with Buffson. Yeah. Oh man. That was hilarious too. And Kobo being lost in there with his dad's credit card. Oh dang, that. Oh man, that unlocked my old treasure box in my brain just now. Oh, I was forgetting about that. Lost, yeah, lost, right? Was she truly lost? I don't think so. Misbehaving. Sorry, I'm with your mother. Iric, yeah, Iric. Yeah, those kind of things, those kind of memories. I wish we could see more, for sure. Yeah, well, how long ago was that? Do you guys remember how long ago was that? Oh, that was? I don't think it was like that recent. Although I'd like to think it was recent. In reality, I think it was quite a while ago. Was it 2022? No way. Really? I don't think it's 2022. Is it? Yeah, it was 2023. Yeah, it was. No way it was 2022. No way. No way. No way. No way. Yeah, no way. No way. Yeah, we need to fact check this one. February 1st, 2023. Okay, thank you. Whew. So you gave me a heart attack almost. I was like, are we really that old? No way. Yeah. 2023 sounds about right. Oh. Still, that was quite a while ago, huh? Because in my mind, I knew it was kind of 2023, but I was thinking maybe a year ago, okay? But no. Yeah, February 2023. That is crazy. That still is quite a bit away. I mean, quite a bit ago. Yeah, but that stream was hilarious. If you're talking about collabs that involves Ame, I guess another persona. I don't know if there's a name for that persona, but you know the spelling bee. That was just Ame B, right? Was it just Ame B that was in spelling bee? My memory is kind of hazy on that one. Or was it the Muppet Ame? Or the puppet? Sorry, the puppet Muppet. Is there like an official name of that personality or persona? Was it just hand puppet? There were so many like newly drawn members in that stream, so I was like, what was her form, or which Ame appeared on that one? Ah, got it. Legally distinct puppet Ame. Is that a full name? Yeah, I mean, I know Kiara made sock puppets, but I'm just trying to remember the spelling bee one. The spelling bee one was also very funny too. That must have taken so much time to prepare. Oh no, did she... Wait, was Ame already planning her affiliation status by the spelling bee point? Because I think Kiara was talking how the One Block Minecraft collab was done because they knew that Ame going to another timeline was planned at that point. No, so all along, God, the fact, it hurts me, it pains me, because you know, if you watch my Breaking Dimensions New York video, the vlog, and I was happily talking about how Myth achieved 4 years together. You know, and I'm like, yeah, whew, it's just good moments. But already at that point, they knew that this was coming. Dang it. And I was so happy, man. I was so happy. We were all so happy. We're like... And looking back at the 4th anniversary stream, and Ame singing with the umbrella and all that, okay, you know, this moment, where is it? Let me bring it in. You know, this moment, they knew. They already knew, man. They already knew. She already knew. And then suddenly the words and the lyrics hit differently, man. If you go watch the VOD again, go watch the 4th anniversary stream again and listen to Ame singing. and think about the lyrics, it hits differently. And there I was, just happy and just smiling, not knowing anything, not having a single clue. I think if I like really paid attention, if we really paid attention, I think we could have noticed something was up, right? Because looking back, it was just so obvious now, but looking back, if we really paid attention, I think the keen-eyed viewers probably could have caught something was up, right? And I was just so happy. Oh yeah, there were. It's not just like hints. It was just the whole thing itself was basically just telling us, right in front of us. It was telling us. Oh, were there some people calling it out? Really? Yeah, see, I think there were people that are like... There are people that are pretty sensitive with these things. That can catch what's going on with slightest of the clues. I think there probably were some people who knew what was going on. Or who were guessing what was going on. And now, of course, you know, we're not going to get into rumors about like what was going on with her or anything, but just that I think she's ready for the next phase of her life, right? And that's where I'm going to put it. That's where I'm going to put it. And all I can really wish for is to catch a glimpse of Ame in future collabs or future songs, you know, those kind of things. And I just want to know that she's doing good. That's all I want to know, really. JB says, if you watch Crony's anniversary stream, she said something that was pretty telling. Yeah, I think if we look back, there were probably breadcrumbs kind of scattered around, for sure. I hope she sails around the world, or she sails around the timelines. Yeah, I guess the one of the other topics, well, it's not really a topic, I guess, but you know, I think it's worth mentioning. I think we have a lot of good memories, fond memories of Ame. And I'm glad that we had the time to talk about it, because I think it's worth kind of remembering on why we like her and why we respect her, right? I think it's very important. I guess going forward, obviously we want to wish her the best luck, whatever she does, right? But I guess this is a hard, it's hard to ask, but I think it's still worth asking. Yeah. Oops. I think it's important because we were talking about the past. We're talking about the past and kind of remembering her fondly. But I think it's also worth talking about like what we want to do going forward in the future, like us as fans and also like Ame going forward. So how do you want to remember Ame? What's the very thing that you want to remember her by? And also, where do you want to see her go? I think it's something that we should really, really think about. The marketable plushie. Nice. Yes. The gremlin girl. The leader of myth. The hiccups. Remember her as the kindest person looking out for people. Want to see her succeed. Want to remember her for myth collabs. And creative contributions. Pursuing new opportunities. With songs. Would like to see her again in a concert. I would love to, for sure too. We're talking about what do you want to see her go as Ame. As Ame. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So like I would, like for me personally, I would like to spot her in future English collaborations, like the big ones. That would be nice. And she did say she may be part of like upcoming songs, and we'll hear from her as soon as this month actually, right? Or October. Since it's already October now. So I mean it by like, what do you want to see? Where do you want to see her go as Ame? Always be the protagonist of the group. That's a good thing to remember by. Small and dominance. Definitely in hologra. A hologra animation participation will be pretty fire. At least like some kind of maybe even if it as like background, right? A kind of participation. Like that would be nice. That would be really nice. Yeah, Enigmatic Recollection collab is definitely my copium hope to have her participate in that, even without her point of view. World domination. Number one detective, definitely. I want to see her game collab streams. Yeah, me too, me too. I think her gaming moments definitely a huge part of her. And I would love to see, you know, I know it's kind of greedy for me to expect this, but and I do understand that they really don't have time, but I would love to see more Minecraft moments. And not because I'm a huge Minecraft junkie. I rarely played Minecraft in my life, but I think it's a great game to have those kind of moments, you know, like friendly moments between members. And I would love to see just Ame be in that from time to time. That would be nice. That would be nice. A cameo? Yes. Minecraft Sports Festival? Yeah, that's an idea too. Yeah, it's a good just chat type of deal. For sure. Maybe in a call stream, yeah, or something like maybe like birthday type of call-in. That would be nice too. Yeah, she did say she does have a studio, which it's going to be open, right? So that would be nice too. That would be nice too. It's I mean, I do I would like to understand that having these kind of collabs, it's a huge undertaking for a lot of members trying to find a time open for everyone. But my greedy self wants more, right? Of collab moments, because those are always golden, right? Those are always golden. So yeah. Bus ads? I'm a bus ad. That's interesting. Merch drop, I think that's, I mean, we do have a new merch drop now, so that's, at least that's a start. I remember Ame as the Paladin announcer. That's a way to remember too. She did specifically mention that she's not going to be a staff, right? So that we do have to remember. But she also did say that if anyone needs help, she's willing to help. So I guess that kind of a affiliation way, we may catch her kind of being active in the background. But again, she's not going to be like an active staff though. Ame movie. You mean like the B movie? No, not there. Gonna miss the Amiverse. Me too. You know, again, my greedy self. I'm very greedy today. And my greedy self, when I was watching Ame's last stream, when she says she has an announcement, I was like, please let this be a prank. She's going to turn around and say, ah, it was a joke, everybody. Gotcha. You know, and I was just, of course that's not what it was going to be about. Of course it wasn't. Of course. But my greedy ass self was thinking maybe 0.001% of hope that she's gonna turn around and say, oh, it was just a prank, guys. Actually, the announcement is, you know, just, I know, it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. It's just massive copium. It's not even about copium anymore. It's just delusional. I know, but still, I just. You know, I want to remember Ame as the bravest one. Definitely. And I want to see her go to places where she really believes in, and where she can really fulfill her goals and express her skill set to maximum, right? I remember her saying that she felt like she was the, it's not word for word, but she was saying something like she felt like herself was the least talented among the group or something like that in the early days. You know, because she wasn't really a singer, she wasn't really like an artist, those kind of deal. But I feel like she definitely is talented in many ways, and I hope wherever she goes, she remembers that and just express them to the maximum in any way possible. I think that's where I want her to go, to be honest. Yeah. It's it's hard, man. It's hard. I try not to be, but you know, it's God. I mean, these days will come. There will be more to come, right? because nothing's forever. But it's I mean, like they say, I'm glad that there are things now that it's hard for me to say goodbye to. But I mean, technically it's not goodbye, right? It's just a bye for now. So Ame did say that, you know, maybe there will be a chance in the future we'll meet again. That she'll come back. Yeah, but you know, it's yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, see you later, alligator. It's and I think Ame, it's probably the hardest for Ame herself, right? I mean, she was having trouble just like leaving, ending the stream. For rightfully so, rightfully so. And again, just like how I explained last time with my last stream, one of the reasons why I came live is because it's better to cope together than alone. And I really needed company because, you know, it's not like I have many people around me that like actively, like as in, you know, my like immediate friends or my neighbors or things like that. It's not like I have people I can just run to and talk about these things. So it's not, it's more that you guys are helping me, to be honest. So that's why I wanted to have some time. And yeah, it's really not, I don't want to I don't want to make it into an excuse, but gosh, it was so hard just to count down the days, you know. And I'm actively making my videos, editing my videos, but there will be time where I oftentimes go outside, because it's hard for me to focus at home. So I go out and just, you know, sit at a coffee shop and edit videos. But, you know, oftentimes I find myself just like sitting down, just sitting. I'm like, damn. Just look out the window and just damn. That's all I have left in me. Is like, damn. Yeah. A drink or smoke. Anything to relieve distress. Yeah, I don't smoke, and I'm not really like an avid alcohol drinker. But maybe I just needed an excuse to get some fresh air. Excuse being that, oh, I can't focus at home. But in reality, maybe I just needed to just go out and just get some fresh air. Weather is lovely right now. It is like the typical fall weather. So it is beautiful outside. But I don't know, it's just... Time went by so fast, and... I guess me as a human being, I'm so stupid that you only realize how important something is when that something is going away. And of course I liked Ame before, and I watched her, but I wish I could, just like Crony said, I wish I did more, you know, more. More, yeah. But at the same time, I guess I'm glad that there is something like that I can feel this way. Because I never really had something like this before. So, in that sense, maybe I finally have some things that I care about. Yeah. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that is a good thing. I do have a drink. I'm kind of thirsty. As always, I have my Pepsi. So, may I crack this open and kind of drink it down? It's not beer, it's not vodka. Maybe it doesn't really suit the occasion, but need something to drink. Yeah, I guess cheers, huh? Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? I mean, I guess we should be happy. Yeah, I shouldn't be doing this. The reason why I came on is to share my thoughts, but also listen to your thoughts, and after all, be happy about it. So, do you have anything on you right now? Do you guys have a drink on you? If not, get something right now. Get something right now. I'll give you like a minute. Get something from the fridge or wherever. If you have your mini bar, get something to drink. Get a cold one. I'll wait for you so we can do a little cheer. How about that? How about that? Why not? Why not? Why not? Got some water? Perfect. Tequila? Even better. Yeah, take your time. Pink lemonade? Awesome, awesome. You guys, there's so many different beverages. Yeah, tell me what you guys have. Tell me what you guys have. I have my tears. Oh god. No! Don't do that. Don't do that. Just an actual drink. Don't drink your tears, man. Iced tea. Nice. Soju? Soju will do. Soju will do just fine. Mountain Dew? What's a Dr. Oopsie? It's not Dr. Pepper? Interesting. Sapporo? Perfect. Almond milk? Sure, I'll let it slip this time. Sipping on gator tears, yes. Yeah, I do appreciate how hard they worked for sure. You got milk? Nice. (2020) Bourbon County Stout. Love how specific you are. Asahi super dry. I'm pretty okay with beer though, so I do approve of that. I approve any drink, but you know, pretty okay with beer. Ready with peach iced tea in a fancy glass. All right. I guess all of you are ready, right? We all good? All right. Let's just say that the let's be happy with what happened. Let's be happy that we had all these amazing Ame moments for the past 4 years. 1,479 days, to be specific. And let's cheer for her success and happiness going forward. And let's also cheer for our happiness and the absolute best for the future of hololive and cover and all the fans. Alright. Kanpai. Not bad. Almost burped. Not bad. Not bad. Yep, I think this is what we have to try to do, try to go for. Be happier that it happened, and let's do our best going forward, right? I think the ending question that we should end on is, Oops. Let me spelling issue. Maybe I'm drunk out of Pepsi. No. Like, now what? So we did this. So this is where that, you know, the meme comes in. Like, now what? Now what? Now what do we do? Now what do we do? And there is something that I want to talk about on the now what aspect, and I think it's important for us going forward as like hololive fans, not only hololive fans, but as a fan of many things in life, right? I think and of course, you know, please feel free to pitch in and feel free to keep on drinking too, okay? Just, you know, responsibly. The one thing that I did want to talk about is that being a fan of something, I think it's amazing, right? I think it's amazing. But at the same time, I think we should also have many other things that we value in life going forward. What I mean by that is, of course, we want to show 100% support towards our Oshis, right? And our beloved talents and the members. But being brutally honest, there will be more times of us having to go through something like this, right? Because nothing's forever. So there will be more graduations. There will be more goodbyes for now. There will be more affiliation moments. And there just will be more times when we have to just part ways and move on. And I think we should, because, you know, like I said, Ian has been 4 years old. Ian is 4 years old, and the hololive and cover itself, what, since 2017, right? So it's like 6-7 years. And VTuber industry as a whole is very young. Like everything combined, it's not even a full decade. So we as a VTuber fan, we're basically just starting out. Like we are learning the new ways of dealing with these things. So that's why maybe, and again, like for me, like I mentioned, I've never been into things like this in my life. So I'm feeling these emotions for the first time. So, and I think it's the case for many of you too. And I think it's perfectly fine that we're kind of like, oh my god, like stressed and, you know, like what do we do? It's the end of the world. And it's because we're so young in this stage. This whole industry is so young, right? And I think it's very, very important to remember that. So it's not that something's wrong with us or something's wrong with you. It's just that we've just never done this before. Like the VTuber as a whole, the industry as a whole, these things don't always happen, right? Well, I guess, you know, I mean, there are many graduations, but what I mean by that is, I guess in like hololive specifically, like we're not used to something like this. But there will be times where we will have to get used to something like this. And I think it's important to show 100% support towards your Oshis, but also at the same time have some other things that you also care about. So it kind of cushions that sudden damage when you're met with these kind of moments, right? Because it's so easy for us to get into something like how I am so good at. What I mean by that is I'm the type of person who gets like so focused in one thing that I tend to not explore other realms. At least that's how I have been up until this point. And when you're in that kind of situation, and when, let's say, your Oshi kind of has, your Oshi suddenly has to part ways, then you feel like you're left with nothing. I think that's where the damage takes place. I think that's where it is truly dangerous, mentality-wise. So don't feel like having other interests and other love outside of your oshi is committing sin or crime. And if I feel like, I don't know, like I can't speak for your oshi, obviously, but at least like if I were to be like in that position, I wouldn't wish my fans to be so consumed in just what I do that they have nothing outside of this, right? I would sincerely want, I'm just saying, like if I were a VTuber type of deal, right? In that kind of scenario, like I would want these fans to have more things to cherish outside of what I do. And I think you should think of it that way too. I think it's perfectly possible to support your oshi to the fullest while you have other things in life. And I think moving forward, we should definitely have that kind of mentality. Because again, this will not be the first time. It's bound to happen. Nothing's forever. And in the entertainment industry wise, 4 years of being part of something is a long time. It's a long time. And hololive, like anything else in life, will have to go through generational changes, right? And there will be days when we'll greet new people and we'll say bye to, you know, the existing people. And I feel like how many times did I say I feel like? But I believe it's worth understanding that it'll happen, and also start discovering new things of interest that'll have you help going through these moments, right? And for me, that will be streaming like this, right? I feel like if I was just alone and was met with this moment and with nowhere to like vent out or like share opinions, I think it'll been even harder for me, even more difficult. But I guess my other area that I am exploring is content creation or making videos or streaming. Although they're largely about hololive, I do regard that as like my other area of exploration, right? And that does get my focus, take away my focus to a healthier realm. So what I'm trying to say is, now what? I think we should expand the things that we care about. How about that? I mean, we learned how to care about things with Ame, through Ame, and we know how much it means when she has to part ways, at least for now. And since we know that now, since we have grown that much, I think we should grow more. And part of that will be expanding our passion into other realms. And it doesn't have to be something elaborate, right? Like, I'm not talking about, you know, suddenly become successful in a new career or, you know, become a different person, but something as simple as just, you know, going out for a walk, like that, and just getting a sense of something new put into your brain. Yeah, balance your daily routine or your interests, those kind of things. Maybe I'm sounding all too like philosophical or too deep, but I'm not trying to be like that. It's just that as a fandom that are evolving, it's still evolving, and only going to be larger as we go forward. I think it's worth talking about for sure. And and since we know how hard it is, I think we should, having said that, I think we should definitely show more like sincere support towards our existing oshis or other members. And it doesn't have to be, in my opinion, showing support doesn't always have to mean you're dedicating your entire day watching them. I think you can support a member in many different ways, and so basically, like, in whatever way you can support or like put time in, I think that's enough, to be honest. So, and you know how we respected Ame, we still respect Ame. We respect Ame and we respect Myth because they've grown so much since their debut, right? They became massive. Another point that I would like to emphasize is that I think it's important for us to also grow as our Oshis grow. I think that is something that we should all aim for in life. Even if it's minuscule, because 4 years is a long time, right? Because like there are so many things that they've done and they've grown. But I think the journey will be so much more worth the time if we look back on the journey that we went. So in this case, 4 years, and we can confidently say, yeah, I've witnessed my Oshi growing, and I can confidently also say that I've grown as a person in some way, shape, or form. If you do that, I think you'll feel less lonely, or at least I think I'm going to feel less lonely, because now we know that we've grown together, and we don't feel like we're just left behind. Yeah, I think that'll also be something that we should try to go forward on the now what. So it can be anything in life, but if we grow and just become better at something, as our Oshis become better at something, we'll feel less alone, probably. Is at least something that I'm telling myself, and I'll try to do that as I go forward. Because in the past, a little over 2 years of me doing this, making videos about things, I feel like I can't 100% say I've become like better as a person, because I think there are things where I'm actively failing at every single day, and I just can't seem to get it right. But at the same time, I've at least made some things that are watchable that I can just look back at and say, yeah, I made 80 videos, or things like that, or those kind of things. So I feel maybe a little bit better than saying I've done nothing. And maybe that's what you're feeling right now. Maybe you feel like you've done nothing, and I think that's fine. I mean, if you know, that means you can start changing. So I think the Ame way is to just do it, right? I think we should embrace the Ame way going forward, and just like how she just did it, and just kept on doing it for 4 years, and found something that she wants to explore. Yeah, I think we should also do the same. We just learn from her creativity, her stubbornness, her gremlin noises, her passion, her anger, her ground pound, and her ways, that we should also do the same and just start doing it and keep on doing it. And after the next 4 years, where we come together again, we can all say, yeah, I think I've grown, just like my Oshi did. Yeah. Yeah, again, like, we're like just learning for the first time, right? So I think maybe in that way, we're leading. We're leading a new path, where we can tell future hololive fans like how to do it. And I guess that means we've grown too. So I'll cheer for your healthy Oshi life. Thank you. And when we say young, it's not about age. It's just about, you know, how long this whole thing has been, right? Yeah, exactly. Our Oshi wasn't the only pioneer. We were too. We are. Think about that. Isn't that crazy? We're part of a history, and we're leading it too. Yeah. And that's what. Maybe that's part of Ame way. Well, you know, my stream is usually not like this. I never talk about these things, so please don't think like this wiki guy is like too deep. No. I'm not like this, guys. I'm not like this at all. But I guess at least today I just felt the need to talk about it, and I'm glad that I did. So thank you all so much for joining my stream. You could have done anything, but you chose to watch me today, and I sincerely thank you for doing that, because your time means a lot. And I hope you feel at least a little bit better proceeding forward in life. And yeah, I guess yeah, thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Ame, for all the good times. And as for me, you know, there are hurdles in my life as well, but I'll do my best as long as I can with this video thing and content creation thing. And I do have 2 videos coming out this week, so yeah, that's that. I'll have several more for the rest of the month too. So please let it be known that I am working hard, and it's all thanks to your support that I'm doing this. And definitely Ame is a huge part in my journey. And yeah, that's a thank you to everybody. Again, my streams are usually not like this, so next time I stream, please come in lighthearted, come in lightheartedly, and you know, just no pressure, okay? Again, I'm not like this usually. I usually talk about just merch, or my future trips, or my past trips, whole life stuff, in life. But you know, just let's make today an exception. And thank you for joining, and thank you for all the people that got into my membership, as well as all the super chats. Although I wasn't able to like read all of them due to the nature of the topic today, I sincerely appreciate all the support that you've given me, and for your time as well. So thank you for all the memberships and super chats. And yeah, please have a good rest of the stream. If it's time to sleep for you, just go to bed right away. I think that'll help you. And if you still have to go about your day, yeah, just get some fresh air if you can. Just walk out maybe for 30 minutes. I think that'll help you out. So I think I'll just kind of walk around outside for 30 minutes and then get back into my video for sure. And Ame will be back in some way, shape, or form. So let's cheer on and wish the best for her future and for ourselves as well. Thank you, everybody. And that is the Ame way. The song Boppin'. Really like this song. This is a 10-hour version, by the way. If you type Amelia Watson piano BGM 10 hours on YouTube, it'll come up. So if you want to listen to it. Alright, take care. Have a good rest of the day and have a good rest of the week. My name's Wiki. I usually do hololive vlogs, videos, and streams. Lighthearted stuff, so don't feel pressured. Next time you join my stream, it's going to be all just easygoing and relaxed and just having fun. But until then, though, yeah, I'll see you again. Take care of yourselves.